Ladies and gentlemen, hey, hi, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for stopping by. Of course, earlier on this week, we saw the Season 4 Reloaded update drop in Warzone 2, MW2, and DMZ. And I'm gonna be quite frank with you guys, this update was a mess. I don't understand really how we continuously get new updates season after season, mid-season after mid-season, sometimes week after week. And some of them are just doing so much more harm than good in specific areas. Now, that said, I think there was a lot of cool quality of life updates for Warzone in this update. There was some interesting Modern Warfare 2 meta updates, but there are some aspects of this update that severely broke the game. There's other aspects that are missing that definitely should have been a part of the update because they've been known problems and major problems for some time, which is why I say this update is a mess. Let's start first with some issues that were highlighted by Exclusive Ace, fellow YouTuber, great guy. If you guys are not subscribed to him, you should be. He's got you covered on all the multiplayer fronts for sure. But he's been on these issues for some time now. I've seen him post several videos on these specific problems weeks ago, maybe months ago at this point. He tweeted out yesterday saying that after the update went live, he noticed in the patch notes there were no mentions of the UAV bug being fixed. And if you didn't know, right now in Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, there's a bug going on where basically the UAV, when you call in a simple UAV, it can turn some players into an advanced UAV. So you're getting extremely rewarded for a very minimal streak, right? It kind of breaks the minimap in all honesty. It makes UAVs very overpowered and makes matches very one-sided if one team is spamming UAVs. This has been an issue, I want to say, since the start of Season 4. And with the patch notes, that was not fixed. Now, luckily, the Call of Duty Updates Twitter account did actually step in and say, hey, we are now aware of an issue where the UAV kill streak can sometimes behave like an advanced UAV showing player dot movement. It's just a problem that this took, basically, I want to say Ace calling them out on Twitter after this update went live, that this has still not been acknowledged when it's been a major problem for multiplayer for weeks. They're like 3 weeks behind on recognizing that this is an issue, and they're just now looking into it or just now saying that they're aware of it. That is rough, to say the least. Now, the second part of Ace's tweet is something that has not been addressed yet, and that is that integrated suppressors on all weapons don't function correctly. They do not function like suppressors. You might be saying, okay, I'm going to use this integrated suppressor so I can stay off the compass and everything and be, suppressed and be more stealthy. Joke's on you, it doesn't work like that. They've been bugged for a long time. Ace has also brought that to light in videos from long ago. Still not updated, still not addressed. Call of Duty's never once acknowledged that that is still an issue. So that was sort of an expected thing with this update. Hey, maybe they'll finally fix this, and well, they did not. Now, another fun element of the Season 4 Reloaded update was definitely unintended, but just makes you scratch your head a little bit. Once the update went out, people were jumping on, all right, let's test out the new Warzone experience. Let's see what Battle Royale is like on Vondel. Let's see the new superpowers with Temp V. Let's level up the new shotgun. And, well, everyone on PC got to experience a game that seemed like it was in its early alpha stages as far as performance goes. This update dropped, and you'd think that with a new update, and especially on a game like Call of Duty, the new updates would continuously improve how the game is optimized, right? They'd make the game run smoother, they'd make it more stable, they'd make it less stuttery. Not the case. This update absolutely destroyed stability. Frames down a ton. I've got a top tier rig, 4090, dedicated gaming PC. Game was running like hot trash yesterday. I was watching other streamers, Teep, Isaac, all sorts of other people, terrible frames on their great PCs. Now, luckily, Call of Duty did acknowledge this. It took some time and a lot of complaining on Twitter, but the Call of Duty Updates Twitter account did say we're investigating reports of reduced performance on PC. I'm recording this on the evening of the 12th. This is going to go live the morning of the 13th. So hopefully by the time that this video is posted, some of this stuff will be sorted out as far as the performance issues go, because I don't remember an update in recent memory that caused this many problems for stability and for performance on PC specifically. Like, it is rough. You stutter, your frames drop like crazy. It just deteriorates the overall experience a ton, which is a major problem. As we continue to break down some of the major flaws with this update, by the way, if you guys are new to the channel, I got you covered every day with all things going on in COD. Once we see fixes put out for the various things that we're talking about here, I'm gonna have you guys covered with the latest patch notes, all other gameplay changes, everything like that. So stick it here for that. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those post notifications. Also, if you enjoy the video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. Would be seriously appreciated. And also want to give a quick shout out to my friends over at Gamer Advantage. You might have heard, but I've got my very own bundle with Gamer Advantage now, and you can pick up your very own custom WhosImmortal frames that have a tiger claw sort of etched into the lens there. And or you could go for the custom WhosImmortal accessory kit if you've already got some frames for yourself. And this comes with a custom sticker, then also a full-on cleaning cloth that's got my logo on it as well. Technically the first ever Iron Tiger merch that I've done here. So if you want to check that out, link will be down in the description below, and you can throw in code Immortal at checkout for a discount on all of that. Now, another issue that was a major problem pre-update that Call of Duty actually acknowledged, hey, we're looking into this, we're investigating it, sort of indicating that with Season 4 Reloaded it should probably be updated, is the KD not tracking correctly. Your stats are not tracking correctly. Basically, your deaths, all of that's tracking just fine. But not all of your kills, not all of your eliminations or assists are tracking correctly, which means that it's just tanking your KD on the leaderboards and on your global stats, and it's just messing all sorts of stuff up there. Major problem, acknowledged before the update drops, plenty of fixes. That was not one of them. Very disappointing to say the least on that. Now, this is one that for me is just hilarious at this point. If you didn't know, there's been a problem in hardcore and private matches for some time. Basically, hardcore, as we know, eliminates all your HUD. It makes it so that it's like the most realistic experience, right? And for creators like myself, having hardcore is great because you can go into private match, turn on hardcore, and you can get screenshots for thumbnails. Or maybe you're someone who likes to be creative in hardcore, or you just want to mess around with it in private match. Well, it's been busted in Modern Warfare 2 private match in multiplayer for a long time now, months. You turn on the hardcore option and it doesn't make it hardcore. You still have your heads up display, the weapon icons are still there, it's not hardcore. They said that they fixed this over a month ago in their patch notes and on their Trello board. And it has been broken ever since. Before that, it's been busted, not working. They say they're investigating it, great, they put on a fix for it, still not fixed. Even with this update, still broken. Still can't, turn off your HUD in private match. It's a small, super niche bug for sure, but it's just funny to me that this one's been bugged for so long and they know about it, and it's still maybe 3 or 4 updates now, still not, completely resolved, which is, oh man, if that doesn't describe MW2 this year, I don't know what does. Lastly here, another thing that I feel like makes this update even more confusing and even more strange is their wording with the weapon balancing updates for Warzone specifically. They had this whole paragraph talking about how they've redone the damage profiles for all weapons in Warzone, and they really want to reward accuracy. That makes it seem like they've made major changes to a lot of the top tier guns, things like the SO14, the RAL, the RAP, the Lockman 5.56, dominant weapons. Except they don't actually detail the patch notes, so we don't know the specifics there. Did they change the recoil on the SO14 or on the RAL? Did they change the headshot multipliers that were busted for a lot of weapons that we discussed previously? We don't know because they didn't list those in the patch notes. They just said they did changes to damage profiles, then didn't expand on what those changes to the damage profiles were, which just muddies the water in terms of trying to figure out, okay, are these weapons functioning as intended? What are the stats like on this? It makes figuring out what the meta is a lot more difficult and just unnecessary at this point in time, especially when you look back at the patch notes for Warzone 1, where we always had exact damage values. They nerfed the damage on the AMAX from 35 down to 32 or something like that. Man, that made life easy. You don't know you're in the good old days until you left them with that one for sure. But I just don't understand the approach to the patch notes there. Just the lack of transparency is definitely a big problem for the patch notes this year overall, but this change in specific seems very significant, but they just don't detail any of it specifically, which is just beyond strange. But yeah, as I said, this update, it's something. That something is a mess for the most part. Cool aspects of it, but it's hard to enjoy the cool aspects of it when there's so many problems elsewhere because of the same update. Anyway, that's gonna wrap things up for this one. Hopefully this stuff gets sorted here soon. Once we have more changes, more updates, more patch notes, I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop, so make sure you are subscribed with those noties turned on. And if you enjoyed the video, let me know by dropping a like on it as well. But once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, take it easy, have an awesome rest of your day, and we'll catch you guys later. Peace out.